It started as an intra-college competition. Then it made headway towards inter-college competition. And because of overwhelming responses that we got every year, we took it ahead. And now it is a national level competition. Each and every year, it just got better and better.
A very good afternoon to our esteemed dignitaries, our director, Brother Jose Surutil, our principal, Dr. Sinsi George, our chief guest, Mr. Milind Mandlik, respected dean, HODs, and professors, and our dear participants. We welcome you all to the Valedictory Ceremony of PRAGATI 2021. I, Vaibhavi, will be your host for today, along with my co host Drashti. And before we begin, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone present here for being a part of this precious memory, which I am sure we all will cherish for our lifetime. Pragati was virtual this time, but it didn't affect the energy and enthusiasm of the ECEL team, the participants, and all of you who have joined us in this journey today. Since it's the tradition of ECEL to set the benchmarks with every passing year, irrespective of all the odds, we have come out even stronger this time.
Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. And vision with action can change the world. This bears testimony to indomitable spirits of aspiring entrepreneurs whose inventions are committed towards making a better future. We are gathered here today to felicitate these bright minds from across the country.
I was wondering that many things have changed in this pandemic, but what has exactly remained constant? Well, something that I personally think has remained constant throughout and will remain constant till infinity is the power of prayer. Because what prayers brings with them is the manifestation and affirmation of our wishes.
Yes, and it is truly said that prayer is the most important conversation of our day. Take it to God before you take it to anyone else. So let us take a minute to thank Almighty who gave us strength to face all the hurdles in these difficult times. We shall begin with the college prayer.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's doubt, true faith in you. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only love.
That was indeed a very refreshing start to the ceremony, and I personally felt very nostalgic. And now I would like to say that leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that the impact lasts in your absence as well. Well, today we have with us one such leader in our midst, who is none other than our principal, Dr. Cincy George. We now request you, ma'am, to kindly address the congregation.
Hello, Prachi, can you hear?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you clearly. Please go on.
Good afternoon, all of you. With the objective of meeting our vision of generating entrepreneurs, SFIT started ESL at the beginning of its inception. Under the guidance of Dr. Vikram, and he laid a strong foundation for ESL, and now he is a great entrepreneur. I am very happy that he is our alumni and ex-professor of our institute. I know that there are so many such entrepreneurs we generated from SFIT. So I should say that the 70% of our vision is met within this 20 years of time. Still, we have to grow ahead, and I am sure that under the guidance of Prachi, Dr. Prachi and her team, it will be possible to climb higher and higher and make it 100%. After reaching 100%, we have to plan what will be our vision after 20 years. I am very happy to say that somebody who made that vision, their knowledge was very excellent, because 20 years before they have made their vision to generate entrepreneurs. So now, under Dr. Prachi's guidance, I know that whatever Dr. Vikram planned was expanded. For example, the Pragati, which was at state level, now it is expanded to national level. And they also, currently she organized so many other programs. And one of the advantage which I saw in this online program this year is that I happened to see some of their presentation. It was very excellent, well organized. And one of the advantage we got is we got many participants, because of online. But this is a platform for us. We got our publicity maybe in outside colleges, and next year I am sure that many of the participants will continue to come and participate in this program. And also, SFIT want to see more entrepreneurs. With that objective, we have started our incubation center. Because of lockdown and other corona issues, we were not able to functionalize it properly, but we will be doing it very soon. And I am expecting more students to come up with their idea. It is a platform to develop their ideas. We will give some space and guidance. We are planning to include more alumni students in that as mentor. And even for developing this incubation center, our alumni students are helping us. I wish we will be able to see more entrepreneurs in near future. And I am also thankful to all sponsors who helped us to make this program a grand success. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those enlightening and optimistic words. I am sure with your continued efforts, our institute will achieve greater success and excellence ahead.
Anything is possible when you have right people there to support you. Without our partners believing and supporting us at every step of the way, Pragati 2021 wouldn't have been possible. Pragati 2021 is powered by Trippy Miles and co-powered by AgriPay Payment Solutions Private Limited. We would also like to thank our prize partners, CSB Bank and South Indian Bank. Our learning partners, Imperial Overseas Educational Consultants. Consulting partner, Study Abroad Mumbai. Chief Education Partners, Infigon Futures. Utility partner, Fabric Swap.
And also, we would like to thank our industrial training and life project partner in Movido Technologies, our education partners, LMT, that is Last Minute Tuition, our outreach partner, projectcontest.com, our legal partner, Lawyered, our youth media partner, Youth Incorporated, and last but not the least, our gifting partners, Belgian Waffle.
Well, now, let me welcome our chief guest for today, Mr. Milind Mandal. We are very grateful to have you here, sir. We now invite Mr. Milind to render his address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Drashti. It was pleasure to hear all of you, and it still gives me the feeling of being in school or college. And when you have a principal ma'am on the screen, your words just get mumbled up. So I'm still in that phase, and I'm glad that I am in that phase, because one thing for sure, we all have to know that we keep learning. A lot of thing comes our way and passes on. Age doesn't matter. Over a period of time, you actually have to unlearn and learn a lot of things. But that initial feeling of being on the call still remains, and I'm glad I'm here. Shall I have to share my screen, or my deck is?
If in case you want to us to do it, that will be done. Bhavya, please can you share sir's PPT?
Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, I just have to. I better get on to my screen, because I'm not able to view the screen properly. So maybe I'll just allow me to get my screen on.
Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I hope it is on the presentation mode.
Yes, it is. Yes,
okay, thank you. So I gave a lot of thoughts, after going through one assessment as a judge through the entrepreneurship presentations and the business plan. And one thing I have to acknowledge, from the old school where I come from, and now there's a huge generation gap, and that gap really transfers into the youth coming up with a lot of new ideas. They are ready to explore those ideas, and it's God's grace that in order to fund, there are things available for them where they would surely take those risks and move ahead. Having said that, I still had would like to share my professional success along with those key things which I feel I have hacked for the success throughout this 21 years of my career. And to share with, I'll go ahead and talk about my self-introduction, and then get along with those, mantras, hacks we talk about along with my professional experience. But before that, a picture says 1,000 words. The word, the picture talking about trust is the base, of everything, whatever we do in terms of our career. And that comes along with not just one person, but that's always a chain of many people. And if we have that very much intact, you can actually do whatever you want to in terms of taking risk. And, even if you get down, you can always pull yourself up because the trust is there. Talking about myself, one thing I believe, and I always cherish that with me, and I keep myself telling that if I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. And I follow this religiously, uh, because not everyone can be a Virat Kohli or Tendulkar, or Messi, or Ronaldo. But yes, we surely knows the others as well who have done those small things and still been named as the best footballers and the best cricketers in this world. So talking about myself, I'm an ambitious, self-motivated professional with 21 years of experience. I'm a sport enthusiast. I did my nationals in Kho. I love cricket. I played Kanga C division during my young days, along with the studies I did. My firm belief is the teamwork, and I'll talk a lot about that as well in my presentation. And I'm very open and clear in communicating at all levels. Manage the team in India, manage the team in Asia. Got experience to be in Hong Kong to deliver, single window projects. My few achievements, I started my career in 2000, where I started working as an officer customer service with a German company called Bayer. And in 2005, my first progression was a team leader for customer service in India. In 2007, the company decided, I don't know what they really found about me, but they felt, there's a talent in me, which really picks me up and puts me into a regional headquarters in Asia to work on project for 2 years. And the project was about creating a single window concept for our customers. There were a lot of interfaces in our companies which were dealing our communication across our key customers. So the assignment really was very successful, based on which I moved back in India and took over a leading role in supply chain for India. And then in 2020, today, when I'm here, I'm heading the supply chain for Asia Pacific in Ashland. Worked across my various industries, started my career in engineering with Godrej and Boyce, then moved with Bayer and had US chemical company exposure. My key expertise lies in demand, supply planning, customer order management, and logistics functions. And we just talked about pandemic. I heard pandemic has changed a lot of things. Let me tell you, there has been a complete revamp in the whole supply chain, which we were used to do a year ago and now. And that has really created a lot of changes, being more quicker, more responsive rather than being reactive. And the whole world has shifted a traditional supply chain operations into all digital way of going forward with control towers and having a complete transparency in the system. What I'm going to talk about is those hacks which I have put on, which I feel I really cherished it. I made sure that these are my future. To begin with, I decided to succeed because that was the key area for me where I felt if I don't decide what I really want to do, I'm not able to achieve where I am. So here you come, in 2000, when I graduated, there were many fields to explore. And when you are the only first graduate in the family from last, 2 generations, there are many people guiding you what exactly you have to do. And I was quite strong-headed because during my last year of my graduation, exports and market research were, the subjects which attracted me towards them. And I felt this is where I could really see myself doing a good job. And coming from a sports background, it was always, something I would just do if I love that particular thing. And exports was something I was really looking into. What I did, I dared to dream. I made sure that I completely got into the process of learning things, whether it's spending hours and hours. I remember those days when I was in Godrej. I ended up spending more than 16 hours in a plant, coming back home all the way from Vikhroli to Thane, and again, going back early morning at 8 o'clock with just 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Now, why I was doing that? Because I really was passionate in the area of logistics where I want to make my career. Now, why I'm saying that, and maybe I'm talking more on, a career path in a professional organization, but my friends, do relate to yourself as an entrepreneur, because I do see myself as an entrepreneur, because this is something I choose to believe and choose to succeed. You have to be bold. When I say bold, you really have to make sure you're absolutely taking all the challenges possible with all the confidence. And even if you fell down, fight back hard. You really may fail for numerous times in life, and if you don't take that failure too much on yourself and say, okay, every night has a morning and I have to go ahead and pull myself up and see what best I can do, you will always find the success coming your way. When I say success, it's not in terms of just monetary gains or what you really do in your entrepreneur's life, but it's also about satisfaction of what best you have done during that phases. I have put some pictures along for a simple reason, because I genuinely feel pictures talks a lot of words. And I learned that from one of my German CEO and chairman, who always felt, put those pictures to show how you would like to convey your messages. So bold behavior, if you look at the guy, holding himself on a string, and he's trying to balance, he's just tilting without knowing that he may get attacked and he gets saved. So it's simple as that. We talked a lot about Almighty in the beginning, and believe me, he's always there when you're taking certain bold decisions to help you out. Another, hack which I feel is very important, and this is a key mantra: if you don't plan and execute your promotion, you will not be able to see what you can achieve as an individual. So your career is in your hands. The best career map, if anybody can write for yourself, is you. And why I say that? In 2000, when I got the first job and I moved into another job in 2002, that was the time I really felt I need to pen down my career path. And I still have that notes with me, which talked about that I would like to enhance my career into more logistics professional by 2003 and 5, and I should end up taking responsibility of a team to manage them and make sure that I go through the promotion process. What I did, and I still have that, and believe me, that works, because when I used to look at that every day, this is my plan and execution, I started working towards it. What needs to be done? Smart work, good time management, and always keep a visibility of your efforts, which are essential keys for your career plan. Your immediate mentor can always facilitate you and guide you towards your goal. But at the end of the day, it's you who needs to always evaluate what have you done, what things needs to be taken more care about and executed. Another important mantra: push and pull strategy. Now this is something really key in terms of making sure that you are going to be a good entrepreneur or a good professional in your life. Simple ways: if you are looking for a startup and you talk about a pull strategy, it's always an inorganic growth, which we talk about by acquiring certain businesses. But what it also could give you a flip side is it's hard to align with the strategy, because it's a different culture, and to mix with different cultures, it takes time, and to bring in one culture amongst them may delay your achievements through the pull strategy. Now, with the push, you may clearly get an alignment, because you're pushing your organization towards one culture and one strategy. Absolutely possible. But the flip side is the illusion of the process and searching for a business model may vary. Now, when you say, oh, both push and pull has two different, they have their pros and cons, then what should we do? So here's the thing, you have to make very clear about your roadmap, what exactly you want to go with. Whether you want to be reactive in your startups and wait and others to get in and then make your decisions, or whether you really want to go full throttle and make sure that you are being responsive towards the current market scenario, and being an entrepreneur, you're just jumping into and taking the high risk. Growth, again, I talk a lot about growth. It has to be organizational. It's not just you as an entrepreneur who's going to grow, but you have to make sure the people whom you are working with has to grow along. Your company profits are the results of the hard work of its employees. It's never just one individual. Any loss within the company may not give you a good promising employees. And it is important, that you always work in the interest of the company. That's absolutely, the key elements which you need to work on in order to achieve the growth. The picture talks different because you're on an elevator, an absolutely opposite direction, carry the huge load of growth and walking other way. And the reason why I said that, because there's a lot of integrity, a lot of culture, a lot of values bringing in, and you're actually driving towards the opposite way. We do hear a lot on, an entrepreneur had different ways of doing business and growth, but believe me, those who follow this religiously have always succeeded in their futures. Again, this is the fun slide I love a lot, because I always tell this to my team. Hard work come along with hardcore fun. The more you work, party harder, because you're not a machine and you're not here to just perform and just live your dream, because along with your dream, you have a lot of other things for yourself, which means you really need to give yourself good break, open up, go out, indulge, do some adventures. If you like driving, drive long ways, meet your friends, relax and rejuvenate, because if you're more healthier, your mind will work with more new ideas and it will give you good results. And this is the fun element, being in supply chain. We do get monthly, month-end pressures. This is a March year end, and maybe some of you may relate to what I'm saying, but it's a huge pressure on supply chain to deliver the numbers, because everything is, absolutely looking forward on achieving the quarter end results, the year end results, and every salesperson has to look good. With all this pressure, my team really works very well for only simple reason that they know once we're done in the first week of April, we're going to party hard. And that only comes along with the trust. That's why I kept those, trust as my first picture, to make sure that you understand why I'm relating that to trust. Here is where I wanted to talk about teamwork. Now, whatever I said, if we don't have a good teamwork, I think we will always fail. When I mean that, you may have a bright idea by yourself, but if you don't get the right people who trust you and you trust them, we're not going to go anywhere. It has to be with clear direction, open and honest communication. Do support the risk taking and accept the change. Accept the people the way they are. Define their roles. Mutually keep them accountable. Have common goals. Enough differences we have, so encourage those differences, collaboration, and the team trust. And I again quote, by saying, I hear, I forget, I see, I remember, I do, I understand. And when I'm getting involved in those process, I'm going to get a complete understanding of it, and I can support the business. Now, with all that, when I talked about the failure, I'll go back and relate to my first slide. If you see the achievements in 2005, which came 5 years later, my graduation, and then I had a quick achievements in 2007 and 10. But then you may guess, what happened in those 10 years for Milind, and what went wrong? As I said, when you take high risk, there are chances of failure. And during this period, I went through, that phase of my life where I could see that, I ended up taking much higher risk, which I couldn't, assess that it would pull back me for some years down the line. But having said that, when I realized things are not going good, I had to take a step back, sit myself down and see where I really would like to have my career. And again, I started to build it up, and here I am, where I'm leading different cultures. It's different. It's absolutely different than what it was, in the past, or what you work here in India. For example, during my 2007 years assignment, it was my first international trip. So I had no clue, how the international environment works. I was a fan of, for example, you have a meeting at sharp at 8:30 in the morning, 5 minutes here and there. We always say, in India, it works. And I'm talking way back 14, 15 years ago. Things are different now, but I ended up going, I think 5 minutes late for a meeting. And everybody in that conference hall was looking at me as if I did a big crime. And I felt I didn't do, but honestly, I did, because I realized that's not the way how Hong Kong operates. It's more time bound. It's more disciplined. You have to be very factful. You have to be absolutely bang on the topics to discuss. And then you're squeezing out of that meeting to make sure you're utilizing your time to the best of your ability and go back home and have your work-life balance. And that completely transformed myself in learning different cultures. I had a team where people from Japan, people from South Korea, people from China, people from Singapore, and people from India reporting into me. Believe me, they're absolutely different in managing their expectations. And that's why I say, when you are working in a team, you have to accept those differences, learn the culture. If you're an entrepreneur, if you own a company, you want to run a company flawlessly, you have to go down to your employees level to understand where they come from, to understand what their likings is. Only then you will be able to relate. And the day you relate with them, you have the maximum output from them, and you will see an amazing results. While I'm saying that, I would like to connect to this video, and just let me know if that video plays, to demonstrate a good teamwork. This is not the one, by the way, it's just an ad, keeping it.
So the video is not visible.
Is it visible?
No, sir. You'll have to share the other window also.
It's not visible?
No, sir. No, sir. You will have to share the YouTube link video.
Okay.
You will share that window.
Okay. Let me share the new share. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There you go. So here we are. I hope I was able to convey the message of being together in order to be an entrepreneur. It's just one idea, but there are a lot of efforts behind where you need so many hands put together to achieve what you really want to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you, Milind sir, for encouraging words. We are really honored to have such an inspirational personality with us today.
Thank
With
you.
this, we are very near to that moment for which you all have been waiting with throbbing heartbeats. But before we move ahead, I want to tell something to everyone present here. I am sure you all must have visited a florist and must have seen different yet pretty bouquets around there. But there is that one particular bouquet which is extremely unique and beautiful than any other bouquets out there. Ever wondered why? Of course, it's because of those unique flowers which come together in unity and complement each other in spite of the diversity in their nature. And I think that is what Pragati is all about. A beautiful bouquet in disguise, where one flower symbolizes our hard work and perspiration, and other one depicts the ideas, and with another one symbolizing the innovations and inventions of you, the participants. And the list of these flowers is endless. With all these minds and diverse personalities coming together, here we presented to you Pragati, the bouquet in disguise.
Well, it wasn't easy to shortlist projects with such great potentials. Our judges for Pragati 2021 were Mr. Tejas Shyam, edupreneur, startup mentor, TEDx speaker; Mr. Neil Savin, founder and CEO of NUOS Home Automation; Mr. Vaibhav Gupta, co-founder of G10 Technologies; Mr. Derek Karunesudas, Director of Cybersecurity, British Telecom, entrepreneur, startup mentor, and also a TEDx speaker; Mr. Sameer Rao, Director of HRIS at Sunstate Equipment, Phoenix, USA; Dr. Vaishali Kulkarni, Associate Professor, NL Dalmia College of Management; Miss Prachi Jain, Director at Achieving Women Equity Funds; Mr. Milind Mandalik, Director of Supply Chain Management, Asia Pacific Region, Ashland Incorporated; Dr. Shivraj Rathod, Assistant Manager, Defense R&D, Bharat Forge; Mr. Fleming, Clinical Informatics Consultant and Health Data Researcher, London.
We also had Dr. Pranali Chaudhary ma'am, Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Telecommunication from FADR CRCE Mumbai. Miss Alice James, Research Scholar at Macquarie University, Sydney, Australia. Mr. Bhavesh Pandya, Research Scholar Nottingham Trent University, UK. Dr. A. Prasant, Assistant Professor in PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, Tamil Nadu. Mr. Ajay Thorve, Senior Software Engineer in NVIDIA, Seattle, USA. Ms. Srinidhi Srinivas, Software Engineer, Microsoft, Seattle, USA. Mr. S.K. Mohanty, co-founder, Innovate FinTech, and the founder of MentorCard. Ms. Amrita Joshi, Deputy Manager at Skillventry, founder of War Fraud Community, and Indian representative at Impactor. Mr. Sunil Wankhede, HOD of IT Department in RGIT, Mumbai. Mr. Wilson Pinto, a Training and Placement Officer in St. Francis Institute of Technology. Mr. Ramji Yadav, our Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Telecommunication at St. Francis Institute of Technology. And Mr. Ashish Khare, founder and CEO of MentorCard, a public speaker and a startup mentor at New Delhi.
No words could possibly express how grateful we are to have to, to all of you for your valuable contribution. Thank you all for your support. And now, this is the moment that we all have been waiting for, as we are here to announce the winners of Pragati 2021. I would like to request everyone to please turn on your cameras so that we don't miss the fun we had during prize distribution offline. Please, everyone, turn on your cameras.
Okay, I hope everyone has turned their cameras on. One more request I would like to make: whenever we will announce the winners, please acknowledge the winners by clicking the reactions option in the Zoom meeting. You can either upload, send an heart, or a thumbs up as well. So here I am announcing the technical track winners of Pragati 2021. The third prize of Pragati 2021 for technical track, winning a total amount of rupees 7,500, sponsored by South Indian Bank, goes to Field Monitoring Autonomous Drone UID 1101. Congratulations, guys. Please turn your cameras on. Congratulations. Okay, so now announcing the second prize of Pragati 2021 for the technical track, winning a total amount of 10,000, sponsored by CSB Bank, goes to, you can write your guesses in the chat box as well. Wireless EV charger using MDC technology, UID 1004. Congratulations. Please acknowledge the hard works of the winners. You can applaud, send a thumbs up as well. Okay, so now announcing the first prize, that is the winner of Pragati 2021 for technical track, winning a grand total of rupees 25,000, sponsored by AgriPay Payment Solutions Private Limited, goes to, any guesses in the chat box? Portable Inexpensive Potentiostat 1105. Congratulations, congratulations 1105. I can see those smiling faces and satisfaction on their faces at the same time. Really, congrats.
And now, moving on to the business track. The second prize for Pragati 2021 for the business track, winning and total amount of rupees 10,000, sponsored by Trippy Miles, goes to low cost portable ventilator, UID number 2118. Congratulations, you all guys. Amazing. So now we are heading toward the first prize. So before I announce, any guesses? If you have any, please write them in the chat box. Okay. So the first prize for Pragati 2021 for the business track, winning a total amount of rupees 20,000, sponsored by Trippy Miles, goes to UID number 2114, Bliss Care. Congratulations, you guys. Whoa, I can see you all smiling. Oh my God.
It's not done yet, guys. For the first time ever, Pragati has introduced a special category for all girls team in technical track as well as business plan track, both. So now I'll announce the winners for all girl team for the technical track. So the winners winning a total amount of rupees 5,000 in all girl teams category goes to Co-Warrior Sanitization and Alert System 1009, sponsored by ECEL SFIT.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So now,
Girl power always.
Winners of all girls team for business plan, winning a total amount of rupees 5,000, sponsored by ECEL SFIT, goes to platform C, UID number 2122. Congratulations. Oh my God. Girl power. Oh, yeah. Congratulations to all team members. I can see those faces which have smile and satisfaction at the same time.
Yes, Drashti, and now I would like to call upon someone who has brought the entire ECEL SFIT team together even in these gloomy days and has put up his humongous event online. He has not only guided us, motivated us throughout, but has also taught us to embrace this kind of situation that we are in and work with patience, dedication, and honesty.
We surely don't need to guess who the person is because leadership is not a matter of authority. It is a matter of influence, and he never fails to prove it.
Of course, rightly said by Drashti, and I now request the overall coordinator of ECEL SFIT, Mr. Darren Narona, to render the vote of thanks. Darren, the virtual stage is all yours now.
Thanks, Vaibhavi. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So congratulations again to all of our winners and to all of the teams that didn't win. I still congratulate you on coming this far in the competition. We hope to see you next year. We still wish you all the best in your endeavors, and you are all winners at heart. And it falls to me right now to end the competition, give the vote of thanks, and thank everyone who has made this such a huge success. So I'll just begin by a quote. So we often take for granted the things and the people that deserve the most gratitude from us. This was a few words by one of my mentors, Lydia Saju, and this holds true. We often take for granted the things and the people that deserve the most gratitude from us. And Before that, we have our dignitaries present. So a very good afternoon to our director, our principal, our chief guest, all of our SFIT teaching and non-teaching faculty, to all of our esteemed judges and participants. I am, as Webu said, I am Darren Aruna, and I am the overall coordinator for the SFIT Entrepreneurship Cell for the academic year 2020-2021. The past year, it has been quite difficult, not just for one or two among us. It has been difficult for all of us. It has been difficult for us to meet our loved ones. It has been difficult for us to work on what we love. Despite this separation, despite all of the adversities that have come, we have come together to innovate, to show the true entrepreneurial spirit that lies within each of us. We have come together to change India, and we are really happy to provide you that platform through Pragati. So about Pragati, Pragati has evolved like from years. It started so many years ago as an intra-college competition. It then made headway towards an inter-college competition, and finally today it is a national level competition. And this year we have had as many as 180 participants. We have had 45 teams participating in the project track and 38 teams participating in the business plan track. Despite the coronavirus pandemic, we have had a largest number of participation this year. So it has been a great honor for me personally to be a part of this team that has managed to organize Pragati this time virtually. I would like to thank each and every person again who made this possible. So I'd like to begin by thanking the director of SFIT, Brother Jose Thurutil, and our principal, Dr. Sinchi George, who have lent us this opportunity to organize Pragati, the national level competition. I would also like to thank our chief guest today, Dr. Milind Mandlik, Mr. Milind Mandlik, I'm sorry, for your presence today at Pragati and your immense support towards our event. Pragati 2021 is a competition that could not be planned overnight. The wheels for this, they began rolling months ago. As you all know, the coronavirus pandemic for all of us, it has been a roller coaster of emotions. But we have been opportune enough to be backed up by some extremely motivated, dedicated, and talented people who are result oriented, who know their jobs well. And these people are always ready to take up a new challenge at a moment's notice. And this time around, I would like all of you to give a big round of virtual applause to the team Pragati 2021. So please, I know it's quite difficult to do this through the virtual medium, but please, if your cameras are on, please give the full Pragati 2021 team. Please applaud for yourselves as well as for all of our participants. We have managed to do something great. Thank you. So Pragati 2021, again, it would not have been possible without the constant encouragement and support of the ECL convener. She is Dr. Prachi Raut, and she's the glue that holds this team together. She is always there with her wisdom and her words of advice, and she's always there to guide us, and she always encourages us to face any challenge, no matter how big or small it is. I would also like to extend our heartfelt gratitude towards our judges. This time they have joined us from as many as 4 continents and so many different time zones at different times in the morning, late night for them. They have joined from different time zones and they have made time for us despite their extremely busy schedules. We thank all of our judges for gracing this event and for all of your valuable contributions. The Pragati team also thanks, I know I have already thanked you, but I'd like to say it again. We want to thank all of you young entrepreneurs for participating in Pragati 2021. You have been working with such passion, such perseverance, and such persistence on your projects. You have managed your college studies, your assignments, and your practicals side by side. There have been times for me personally, and I'm sure there might have been for you, that your motivation might have been dented. You might have thought, ki, I have to give up. And you did not do that. You persevered till the end, and that makes all of you winners. Because winning does not mean being first. Winning means that you're doing better than you ever done before. So we wish all of you the very best, and we hope that each of your endeavors, they all turn into success stories. At the last, but not the least, I would like to thank our title partners, TP Miles, our co-partner, AgriPay Payment Solutions Limited, and all of our other partners whose support without which we could not have come all this way. Your support has been invaluable to us. And I would like to end this vote of thanks with a famous quote. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the people who do. So all the best. I hope you have a great year. And I also hope to see you the next year again at Pragati 2022. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Darren. So again, a very big thanks to the overall coordinator and co-overall coordinator of Pragati 2021, that is Darren Narona and Ibrahim Kutil. They have been the driving force in this event and have spent sleepless nights to put this event together. You guys really deserve all the love and appreciation.
With this, we come to an end of Pragati 2021. Though the event ends here, but Pragati, which means progress in one's life, personal or professional, progress as an individual or as a society still continues. A little progress each day, that is it all about. We once again thank you all for joining us, and we will see you at Pragati 2022. Until then, stay safe and keep progressing. Thank you.
Can we have a group picture here, everyone? Please turn on your videos. Darren, you will be taking the picture.
Yes, ma'am. I'll take the picture.
Yeah, just let us.
Yes, to all of our participants, thank you, Milind sir. Our team has done a great job, and we'll take all of your feedback which we have received and try to do better even next year. So we'll take a screenshot. To all of our participants, please turn it on. We'd love to take a screenshot with all of you and preserve this memory forever. Okay, I've taken the screenshot. Okay, thank you. Drashti, Weber, back to you.
So here we conclude our valedictory ceremony.
To all of our winners, we'd like to just take a single picture with you. We hope you can wait. If not, we can do it at another time. So to everyone else, the valedictory ceremony has concluded right now. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a really great day.